I've been creating short form content for years now, and it is insane how much the content space has changed. There's so many people teaching you how to go viral, how to write the perfect hook, how to post 3 times in one day. And to be honest, I think a lot of it is actually fluff. And after years of building my personal brand and running my marketing agency, I've realized that it's actually not that complicated. But there are a few principles that I think help you move the needle. And today I'm breaking down a few of them that I don't think enough people talk about. These are my tips to help you crack the short form content game. And I think the best way to start this off is by talking about the why. Why do we create content, and what is the reason for doing this in the first place? And for me, the goal is to get people to know you, like you, and trust you. Social media is not free. It's just like any other currency. You need to earn people's attention. And the best way to do that is to shift your mindset from growing followers into turning those followers into fans. Fans that will buy from you, who want to learn from you, who want to follow you and grow along with you. And he'll just support you through thick and thin. And if you can shift your mindset from just trying to get seen by people to trying to build a real connection with those people, your entire intention changes and people will feel much more confident wanting to stick around to see what happens with you. And next we're getting into more of the spiritual role with content creation, and that is embodying the transformation that you are attempting to sell or create. Your job as a creator isn't just to educate or just to entertain. It is to embody this thing or this transformation that your audience could see themselves in. People might find you through viral videos or how-to carousel posts, but they're not going to be able to connect to that. The reason that they follow and then stick around is because you're helping them get to another version of themselves that they aspire to be. I would even go to say that as a creator, you should try to improve your own lifestyle to help your followers achieve their goals as fast as possible. You're essentially empowering them to become a better version of themselves vicariously through you. That authenticity creates a stickiness between the two of you and allows them to relate to you so much better. And that's actually exactly where I'm at in my journey, where I'm changing up my content strategy. I'm evolving as a creator to move more into helping others and not just posting photos. And I've already noticed that people really relate to that, and they can see that I am trying to move into a next phase, and they want to join me for that. So focus on being the best version of you so you can help them achieve their goals faster. Number 3 is multi-context exposure, and this is actually scientifically proven that people will connect with you more if they see you in a number of different situations and places. It's essentially showing your same core mission or idea across a multitude of different formats, angles, moments, and styles at the same time. So instead of saying something once, reintroduce it into multiple formats, into email, your Instagram story, your carousel, reels, long format video. All of this will help them see it in multiple formats and just really help them grasp it as an entire concept and begin to relate it back to you. Making educational content is amazing, but if they can see you making educational content on YouTube and then they go to your story and see that you're following up and doing that in the real time, there creates a better bond between the two. So for example, if you're a cook and you are teaching people how to make a lasagna on YouTube, and then they go to your feed and they say that you're actually living that and doing that in the same way, they're much, much more likely to connect the two dots and see that it's something that they can really relate with. So I think this actually works in a multitude of different ways, but the main two for me are the format of your content and the tone of your content. From a format perspective, if they can see long format video on YouTube and then go to your Instagram story and see exactly what you're doing right now today, it's just gonna create a better bond. And then additionally, you can add carousels, which help you give value, and reels that can help you feel more authentic, where you're speaking about your problems. It's gonna pull everything together a lot better. And then the actual tone of the content should differ as well. You have viral content, which is designed to reach new audiences. You have authenticity content, which is designed to make you feel more relatable and where they can see themselves in your shoes. You have lifestyle content, which is sort of the fruits of your labor and how you're living the life and that transformation that they desire to become. And then value-based content, which helps you build trust and shows that you are good at what you do. It helps you build authority and potentially makes them want to work with you in the future. So sprinkle in those moments of your life and what you're doing and try to be as personable as you can. This is also tough for me because I am just starting my YouTube channel. I rarely use my stories as I'm supposed to. And I feel like my followers don't even know my sense of humor, and the people in my real life think I'm a funny person. So this is something that I think you will always be working on, to be more and more transparently yourself through social media. But figuring out how to add this into your strategy is gonna go a long ways when it comes to building that connection with the audience. Number 4 is you are never out of ideas. This is almost certainly guaranteed because you've been living a life of 20, 25, 30, 35 years. So you have so many experiences that you can be putting into your own feed. A lot of creators think they have an idea problem. They don't. They just have a systems problem. And this is actually so easy to fix. All you need to do is jot down 4 ideas that you've had in the last week, or maybe pieces of content that you've done in the past that have resonated well with your audience. Or if you're just starting, find a creator in your niche and jot down 4 ideas of what they've done that you think relates to you and your mission. Then go copy and paste those 4 topics into ChatGPT and prompt it to tell you 10 subcategories for each one of those topics. Look through those subcategories and find 5 topics that resonate with you and your story, and then just do it again. And then in 60 seconds, you can have 50 ideas that you can then try to spin into your own story and figure out how to tell to your audience. If you can figure out this system, it's literally like an idea fountain, and you don't ever need to think about this again. Number 5 is delivery, and I think something that's incredibly important to remember with this is that authenticity always beats super polished reading from a script videos. Especially in this day and age, people are much more likely to relate to something that feels like authentically you. You don't need fancy cameras to make good content. You need to be a good speaker, and you need to show up confidently and consistently. And if you don't feel like you come off as confident in your videos, I highly recommend ditching your scripts. This is something that I did, and it helped me in tenfold. Not only just from my delivery to the camera, but also the amount of time it saves in the script writing process. Now all I do is I focus on writing a powerful hook. The hook is the first 3 seconds of your video, so just try to write something that stops their scroll. The idea is to interrupt their pattern of constantly scrolling through some sort of 3-second line that makes them wonder. Once you've knocked out that hook and you've grabbed their attention, it's actually not as hard to keep them around. Now you just add value, 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 and then you try to close it at the end of the video. And from a delivery perspective, you should really focus on who you're actually speaking to. You're not speaking to an audience of hundreds, thousands, or tens of thousands of people. You're speaking to one person on that side of the camera. And so what you need to do is focus on who that person is and how you could help them, what tone they want to hear, and then craft your delivery like that. And honestly, you can picture it like you're FaceTiming that one person and giving them whatever soundbite or piece of advice that you need to give them. So just make sure you're showing up and trying to create content that you would actually want to listen to, relate to, and connect with. Number 6, it is not the algorithm's fault. If you ever catch yourself saying the algorithm is working against me or my post didn't perform because of the algorithm, stop. That is 100% not true. The unfortunate truth is your content has not earned the attention of the people who you want to watch. When I was first starting, I legitimately thought that I was being shadow banned because of how low my engagement was on Instagram. I would constantly go to my account settings and check my account status to see if something had gone wrong, if maybe they confused something or if I accidentally said a bad word or commented something. And eventually I just realized that that content that I was creating was total horseshit. Nobody cared, nobody wanted to see it, and so it wasn't being shown to anybody. And so don't blame the algorithm. Focus on creating a better hook, better visuals, better core message in general, and just focus on getting 1% better every day, because when you're starting, you haven't earned that yet. You haven't even earned the ability to blame the algorithm for your inability to keep people's attention. Focus on being you, and the rest will happen on its own. Eventually, you're gonna find a format that works or a topic that works, and you'll lean into that and continue to get better. One rule that has helped me that I kind of naturally followed from my production background is the 3-4-4 technique. What this states is that the first 3 seconds is your hook. We already discussed this, but it's essentially the first 3 seconds of the video to try to grab somebody's attention and stop them from scrolling. And then every 4 seconds after that, change something in the video. Add B-roll, add graphics or captions that just disrupts the viewer a little bit, making them wonder what's gonna happen next. And then finally, there's a 4-second payoff, whether that's a call to action or you closing the original hook. So if you just focus on that framework, starting with a good hook, adding value, and then closing with a payoff, and then switching the visuals every 4 seconds in between. And if you can find a way to continue doing that, you will eventually eventually see success. So these are a few of the frameworks and mindset shifts that I use to create short form content and what I've learned over my last few years. And the truth is, having ChatGPT write a script isn't enough. You need to execute it, you need to deliver it, and you need to spin it into your own story that allows people to relate and connect with you. And so if you're serious about building a personal brand that actually gets seen by people and allows you to connect with people, I have a masterclass coming up that you can use the link below to join. It's gonna be a 90-minute workshop just like what we went through, but just in way more detail. And it's much more than a workshop because once you sign up, you'll also have access to a live community that allows you to hop into weekly calls to ask me direct questions, ask the other members in the community direct questions, and just help you move as fast as you can through your journey with a group of people who are on the same path. In there, you also have the option to check out some of my other workshops and see if that's for you. We have workshops over creating your purpose and identity and how to create confidence as a creator, as well as workbooks to go with each one of these topics and really push you through the entire process. So if that sounds like something that could help you, click the link below and I'll see you inside.